Hey, hi everybody. I just want to let you know I'll be closing. Shoot, personal information was on that screen. Anyways, just a second. All right. Anyways, be right back. Just wanted to let you know. Got some stuff going on. A few more minutes, making some coffee. We'll be good. Just sorry for the wait. Hello, 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 everybody. How's my microphone volume? I hope it's not too loud. I tried moving it away from my desktop so that it wouldn't, that it wouldn't be all up and every time I type, you wouldn't hear it clattering and stuff. I figure that's a better thing that way. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome to the live stream. Gonna be just doing some Invader Zim fan art here. I just managed my live stream. Let me go back to the live stream docking board. I seem to have closed it. There I am. Is there a way to go to the analytics? No. Oh, here. Go live. Yeah. I'll go to my live streaming main page. Here it is. Sweet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, gosh, Monami, I'm sorry to hear. Ah, yikes. Hope you get better soon. Ouch. And Tion, hello. Yes, you were the turkey all along. Of course. Of course, of course. Welcome to the live stream, everybody, though. Glad you're all here regardless. Yeah, so things have been busy for me today. Those of you who know my situation, I try not to share too much personal information on my channel. It doesn't seem to like the appropriate place for it, but immigrating to Canada, because my wife is Canadian and I kind of want to be with her, I have a lot of paperwork I've been doing lately, and this is just to get permanent residency. That's just like step one, there's like that, and then I gotta wait several years, and then I can become a Canadian dual citizen with the United States. So it's a lot of pain, basically, and today I was trying to cram and get some paperwork done for that. So that's why I was a little rushed. Almighty Naz, hello, how you doing today? So anyways, glad everyone's here, hopping in on the stream. We're just gonna go take a couple hours, do some animation and stuff. For those of you who don't remember, I guess I could run through real quick and do, for anyone who's joining and who's new to the stream. Let me see, where is here we go, so far. I got a book showing the art of Invader Zim. I'm going to be busy working with dynamics and more Zarya doodles. Okay, cool. Yeah, the artwork of Invader Zim. My friend got me that book. Ezra, shout out to you. You got me that. I think, yeah, Ezra got me the art of Invader Zim book. It's fantastic. I love it. It is so cool. I really love that sort of stuff. All right, here we go. Here's what I've done so far on It Feeds on Noodles. For those of you who are unaware, I'm working on an Invader Zim fan movie, but while that's going, it takes a long time to get that done. While that's going, I have that on the back burner. Right now, I'm also working on an adaptation of It Feeds on Noodles, which was an unfinished episode of Invader Zim that my wife wanted to adapt into an animated short on YouTube. So currently working on that and live streaming the process. Anyways, here's what we got done so far.
Come on, guys, you promised. You remember? I did your chores for a week and let you pick the restaurant twice. We agreed you let me pick this time. Besides, it's not my fault Bloaties is temporarily closed. I'm not the one who called the health department.
I know you didn't. That's why you're still breathing. But if I ever find out who did, they are going to pay.
And I'm paying, so I should pick the restaurant.
You found money in one of Dad's coat pockets in the closet.
A coat he hasn't used in months. Besides, if I didn't, we'd still be fighting over that one orange in the fridge. I can't believe Dad forgot to get groceries again this month.
I can. Fine. I guess it's better than nothing.
This looks like a pretty good place. A little weird looking, though.
You think everything is weird.
Wasn't this place smaller on the outside?
Good evening. How would you like to try our succulent special? Everything delight. It has everything in it. Okay. Splendid. One of everything delight. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Hey, maybe that's a little weird.
Thank you! Was that so hard to admit?
Don't let it go to your head. Just pay the man.
Oh no, this order is free. On the house, special one-day promotion. Thank you, come again.
Cool. Free food. Let's go home.
Boy, this bag is heavy.
So there's that shot we're working on now where Zim is ominously up on that light post above, stalking Div and Gaz and looking all creepy and stuff. Also, for those of you who are interested, this is the YouTube channel, my wife's YouTube channel, Navi D. This is where she will be posting the finished product when it's done. She is hovering around 998 subscribers, so if you wanted to, throw a little help her way and earn me some brownie points in the process, go ahead and subscribe. It's pretty cool. I'll leave a link to her channel also in the live chat right now, just in case anyone's curious. And yeah, that's about it. So all that bookkeeping out of the way, let's just go ahead and get started on this. And also let me reset the zoom here. There. All right, let's get started on this. So first thing I'm going to do is draw the environment. I feel like that's a good place to start. All right, let's call this BG. Add and close. All right. Palettes. We're going to import a palette that we had. Let me think here. What do I want to do? Oh wait, also let me turn on the music. There we go. Now you guys can have that in the background. It's not awkward silence. All right. So what palettes do I want to work with here? There was a city palette. It was like scene. 2 maybe? Is this it? Let's see. Oh, that's the orange. That's from the membrane household. Never mind. I gotta label these better next time in the future. Palettes. Import. Would be 01v2. Not library. Town. There we go. The town. Okay, cool. Now I have all the standardized colors I usually work with. Excellent. Okay, let's drop the brush thickness down a bit. Done, you're the 1,000th subscriber. Yes, Tion, you rock. That'll make her day. Awesome, my guy. Sweet. I'll message her and let her know about that. She'll be pretty ecstatic. Enjoy your new subscribers. I shouted you out on my live stream. There we go. Alright, now back to work. Let's see here. So what we want to do is give this a minimum size of, I don't know, 11. That's about right. And focusing in here, that's the general shape of the city site. The cityscape. Let's add some. I'll add some grid. I'll add a drawing grid. That's where it works best. Do I have one already set up? There we go. That'll help me. All right. So now going back to the background sketch layer. Vanishing point A. I'm a little rusty. How's everyone's weekend been going? Had to be the 99th subscriber instead, but it's alright. Hey, that's alright, man. It's good. 999 is a cool number. She's blowing up my phone with messages. She's pretty happy. Thank you, guys. She's been hovering around like 990 something subscribers for the past several months, and she's like, "Ah, it's so close." She reminds me of it like once in a while, so I thought, why don't we get her to break it all open, give her a make her have a reason to force her to upload a video or something celebrating that, right? All right, there's that. Okay, I should have done that all along with the curved lines. Now, actually, what am I doing? I can use the pencil tool, this tool right here. Yep, this would have been the right tool, honestly, all along. There we go. Stretch it out, scale it up. Vanishing point is right. Yeah. Trying to make it match the overall outline of everything. Rough outline, rather, but you know, gotta make it work with it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to match the rough line work that I did with a more defined grid shape. It is definitely cool. You're right. 999 absolutely cool. So there's that. When I get my 1,000 subscriber plan to hear my voice, it's nothing much, but hey, at least I'm celebrating. Hey, there you go. Find any gimmick you can think of, right? Totally. Go for it and make it your own thing, you know? So, this highly unscientific thing I got going on here. Go, and now if I rotate it so that I'm viewing it almost head on at a 90-degree angle. Squash by 33%. No, 25%. Okay, cool. Squash again by 19% of the original width. Okay, we're right on cue so far. Make this 10, 120, 125, 133. There we go. That's the one. Zim's beta designs are funny for some reason. Yeah, yeah. It's very, they definitely made it very goofy, and I appreciate that. Definitely prefer the goofiness that they went with over anything too serious, you know? It's so much superior in my estimation. When they just goofed out with it. Love that. Alright, so we get this here. That, and that, and that. Okay, let's trim off the excess. This will be a good starting point for my line work. You can still hear the Invader Sprit. Yeah, I remember that a while ago. I was just goofing around and stuff. Man, it's been a while. Okay, how's this look cleaned up? Alright, cool. We got a good angle on that. Very nice. So that would be the window seal lines. Well, Invader Spirit, we were just goofing around in chat a while ago. It was like a made-up OC thing. People asked me what I would do if I were to make up an OC. And it was just, I realized that I'm not really into like giving OCs much in the way of serious personality or anything. I typically don't make up original characters. I don't. But if I decided if I was forced to, if you like made me, I'd probably make up some little sycophant, some little, you know, kiss up, brown nosing type character who's like really a little weasel that like kisses up to the tallest or whatever. And I imagine he'd be like in charge of, I don't know, propaganda for the Urkin Empire or something. Just a real unpleasant character to just buck the trend of everyone trying to make their characters as cool as possible. I'd try to make my character as unlikable as possible.
And I gave him a real nasally voice like this.
I think it was something like that anyways. And not necessarily your OC, just any tallest at all. You just wanted to know what it would be like if they interacted, so I threw that in there. But yeah. Alright. Let's see. Let's undo that window shape. Actually, let's undo everything else there. Get a semi-serious OC Urkin. Alrighty. That's hilarious to make my idea. I'm glad it did. I had fun just letting loose and just being very, very ridiculous with that. I loved being so stupid with it. It's nice. It's nice to just do something really dumb once in a while. I mean, that's what Invader Zim's all about, right? Doing stupid stuff. Master of the Zim episode, everyone had to choose their professions and teaches Zim how to... Oh. You're thinking of the one guy who sounds like this. You'll have to talk to the shift captain about that. Thinking of that guy. Epsilon, hello, welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it. Alright, so we have that, and sidewalk detailing. So, in the direction we're going... Where's the vanishing point here? Where would it all converge? Would it be like somewhere over here? Yes, I think it's hilarious. Alright, so if we have this, like the vanishing point, we could have the sidewalk curve out in that case. Let's build a circle, an oval, sorry, and see if we can get the vanishing point lined up properly here for it. Missed the start since I was watching the interface finale, but I made it nonetheless. Nah, it's cool, you didn't miss much. I honestly didn't start till like 30 minutes ago is all. I was busy today, I had a lot of paperwork I was doing and stuff, so I was a bit swamped today. Couldn't start it exactly on the time I wanted to, so we're all good, we're all good. That. Okay, now I gotta rotate till I'm in line with the oval pretty much. Okay. Let's scale it properly. 50%? Oh, that's not the direction I want to scale. I want to scale it the other way. I want to scale it horizontally, not vertically. Oh heck, I'm just being too picky at this point. What the heck? Let me just curve it out. Okay, so if it was a straight sidewalk line, right? I'm gonna draw it as if it were straight, and then I'll curve it after the fact. Actually, with everything curving in like that, it's like I have a drawing. It's like I have a vanishing point right here, actually. keyboard's up to like that third of the screen or something. Anyways, so that would be like that, and then like that. And since they're curved, I'm not being too specific about precision here. It's just a general sort of look at the vanishing point. All right, cool. Now, to coive it properly. And there we go. Nice. And now I've got things to do today. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah. No problem at all. Catch you later. So interface. What is that? Is that like a show you were watching Epsilon? TV show or something, or a movie? Well, not a movie. You said it was a finale, so it's clearly a TV show, I think, or maybe Netflix. I don't know. I haven't heard of it, is what I'm getting at. So I'm curious. What is it about? Drawing, convert, pencil lines to brush strokes. There we go. Web series. Okay, web series. Got it. Uh-huh. We're at displaying the plot without spoiling. Ah, fair enough. What genre is it then? What sort of genre? Semi-dystopian sci-fi. So not full on just everything is awful, but kind of rough. Discovered a way to use the Flash graphics engine that stopped working in 2021 at the same time access the Nickelodeon Invader Zim games as of 2002. Oh, hang on. Now that's actually really cool. Ooh, that is really interesting. Tell us about that, please. That is fascinating. I totally dig that. Good sidewalk. It's a level where there's a big old company that runs everything. Alright, so like cyberpunkish kind of. Cyberpunkish, but it's like dystopian without a government corruption being the running thing, but like a company monopolizing everything. On Flashpoint. Ah, cool. I didn't know that. I did not know it was still available on anywhere, actually. I remember the Dark Harvest, or not Dark Harvest. Gosh, can you imagine if they had a Dark Harvest game? No, what I was going to say is I remember the Nano Zim game. That one was always fun. Alright, I'm going to It Feeds on Nils, production. see. How did the sidewalk cracks look in this latest shot? There. We get a frame of reference for the sort of stuff I'll be working with. Germs, yeah, the germs one, yes. That's the other one that was there. The Nano Zim one was way more fun in my opinion. But yeah, I remember both of them. Combine that with a blogger page on the Super Old Invader Zim where a fan re-uploaded the Nickelodeon games from his and to his blog so you can play their games. That's cool. That's a mouthful is what that is. Cool. Very interesting. Alright, time to make the sidewalk cracks happen. What I'm doing is I'm overlaying two jagged lines with neither one having much in the way of randomness, just sort of squiggly. And then I'm just deleting anytime they intersect, I switch which one I trim. Only trimming on one side of the overlap. That way it comes out looking nice and jagged and stuff. It has a really cool effect like that. Watch this. Like that. And it comes off looking like perfect, like a sidewalk crack. And I'll expand on it, like I'll add a web or something later to like a frayed edges and stuff just to make sure it does it. Oh yeah, they're on Flashpoint. At least that's what the games are not. Lost Media. Yeah, they're not. I didn't realize. I thought they were, honestly. But they are on Flashpoint apparently, so sweet. Not everyone knew that, so thank you for the info. I doubt the link would post in YouTube chat. They tend to be very strict with what they allow. Seems like they only really allow links to other YouTube videos and stuff. And yeah, check this out so I'm not talking rubbish. That's a good point. You gotta make sure that you're not just misremembering or misquoting something or whatever. That's the most embarrassing thing to me anyways, is whenever I'm saying something and then find out that I was misremembering what I was talking about or something, and it comes off looking like I don't know anything about what I'm saying at all. I don't like that. I don't think anyone does, of course. Let's just Google Blue Maxima Flashpoint and you'll find it. Alright, so there's a pro tip for everyone. Blue Maxima Flashpoint. That would be the place where you can go for that. The old Invader Zim games. Anytime my mom before she moves to Texas to get away from her boyfriend. Okay. Thanks for you to say that. Oh, Turbo's browser, I'm telling you, is the same thing. Only runs Flash games without having to install anything. Check they're on there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All with Doom game and some fan stuff. Oh, nice. Neato. Neato burrito. Now, to dot the concrete with some, dot the sidewalk with the cement specs that you always see. Yeah, little pock marks everywhere. Let's crank it up to 5. Now to get on with all the games pre-installed. There's one downloads them and you play them. Ah, cool. Neato. There we go. Sidewalk there. Let's flatten it. Optimize contour strokes. And just get there. Optimize it all together. Alright, now painted. Realizing now I don't like the palette here. File. We'll import a new palette. The reason I don't like it is because it comes with the gradients pre-built into it, and I actually am not a huge fan of that. To be honest. Let's get the city one in. Yeah, here, we'll import the city palette together. Yep, that's superior. Alright. There we go. Now. Asphalt there. Sidewalk there. Cool. Asphalt and sidewalk drawn in now. Cool. Next up we have we have all this that we got to draw up there. Yeah, next up I guess next is the building, right? The buildings. Okay. So what are we working with for a vanishing point here? Here's the vanishing point. Actually, I changed it up. Okay, so that one is. So that goes like this. And out, and then starting here would go like that. It's like it actually vanishes right here and just gets extremely squished over in that region. No, well, I'll give him a new vanishing point just because it works better for it. Bit backwards, but I can cheat a little bit. What features does my computer have? Which features are you asking about specifically? go. Alright, there. Alright. Drag that up. So that should be another alt. That's like the mirror image of it. In which case the vanishing point would be there, which is incorrect because it's actually supposed to be over here. Alright. Again, move it up slightly. There. There we go. That's the vanishing point for all the buildings. And how it works is it'll just curve up and around like that. So that would be the angle we work with here. Cool. Paste that. Scale it up by 10. 100. It is. Alright. Actually, nope. We'll even do one better. We're gonna do. I'll get rid of the joints right there. And right there, because this is only supposed to be a half circle anyways. There's no way we can actually see the front of it wrap around again because we're not actually doing it that way. 5, 50, 100. We'll do 150 for now. Yeah, because I got to do the brickwork in the back also. In fact, speaking of which, maybe I can cut this by 50. There we go. No, too high. 125. Okay, height of 125. Try to just keep it in. Try to keep it consistent. Is the word I'm looking for. Trying to keep everything consistent between itself. Like this. 20. Hey, Skullbelly, thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, glad you like it. Glad you like how it's turning out so far. Just working on the structural shape of the buildings here and stuff for everything coming together like that. Yeah, this will be cool. All right. How's your day been going, man? Going good. Sweet. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Make an Invader Zim fan game? Alright, cool. What would be involved if you were to do that, right? How would you... What sort of angle would you tackle it from? What genre or whatever? You know? Not sure. Ah, fair enough. I always thought an Invader Zim strategy game would be very stupid and also incredibly hilarious. Like if you play as the Urkan Empire, trying to take over the world, the universe, and just all the chaos and idiocy of the Invader Zim universe that comes with it. Oh, dogfighting game. That's actually something my wife was thinking of doing at one point. I agree with the concept. It would be really fun if it was like a space battle sort of thing. Like we're going through space and stuff, fighting things. Yeah, I think that's that'd be a really fun Invader Zim thing to have happen. Oh yeah, obviously. I'm not talking in terms of actual, like actually what you would do for a Flash game. I'm talking more of like there was a studio behind something. I would definitely pay for an Invader Zim Flash game for sure. But yeah, no, I wouldn't do that in my spare time or anything. Too much. All right, let's see here. First of all, we can get rid of all these mirror lines. They were just there to balance everything out. Out of spite, when I see something poorly and I go, I can do that better. You know what? Spite is an incredibly powerful motivator, and I definitely relate. That's sort of what I felt like what made me start IZTVM was the fact that the Christmas episode was great and all, but that was the only thing the series got in as any sort of semblance of a finale for the longest time. That was just what they had, the hand they'd been dealt. I'm like, oh, it could have been so much more. It could have been better, you know? You and I are very much alike in that regard. I can definitely relate. Let's see if we can make this line follow the arc of the rest of the perspective. Actually, it does follow it pretty decently already. that way. Let's see where the extreme lengths of it are. So it does need to be a little further that way still. Hard to see at this distance, and I apologize for that, guys. It's mostly because I have to zoom out so much to get a look at the controls for it. Oh, rather strange that I just found out that the rather strange parents in Invader Zim were released on the same day. The magical godfather. You meant Fairly Odd Parents, right? They are released at the same. Were released at the same day. It's kind of fun fact. Not a lot of people know that. An entire plot laid off having the series into a novel just because someone did it online and it was terrible. Oh yeah, are you talking about like on fanfiction.net? Didn't they have like an Invader Zim series that they wrote like as if it was adapted into a story? And one of the characters was named, like the narrator was named Nick or whatever, and he kept showing up throughout the story and stuff. Is that it? Or am I thinking of something else? Because I remember that. But I might be thinking of something else also. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't like it too much, honestly. I didn't get through it. It wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, the OC was everything I dislike about OCs. It's very, very blatantly a self-insert sort of thing, and it's just, I try not to be too mean, because someone ripped me a new one online once about, like, hey, hate seeing this guy show up in my newsfeed. He treats OCs so badly, despite the fact that many people who help you probably have OCs. Fact is, many OCs are just cringe. Oh, I did not need to know that, but oh, gross. Yeah. Well. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. Oh, hey, it's 4 o'clock. Gonna take a quick break. Stretch my legs and stuff for a second, and I'll get back to work. My goal is to at least get the background for this session. I want to get the background colored flats. And yeah, Nick was supposed to be Nickelodeon interfering, I think, but it didn't make it any less obnoxious. It was still irritating to read. So, make of that what you will. Anyways, I'll be back in just a bit, guys. You hang tight. Where's the lobby? Where's the lobby? There's the lobby. There. Okay. BRB. All right, back. Yeah, I know. Now that you mentioned Epsilon, I think I did get off track there because, as I recall, Mary Sue's have more of an angle than just being a forced love interest for the main character, or excuse me, not always the main character, just whatever character the author likes. They tend to be just like obnoxiously the center of attention, can do no wrong sort of thing. Self-insert fantasy, wish fulfillment gone totally off the rails. So yeah, I will back up and say I stand corrected on that, but then I'm not sure whether that makes Smoots a parody of necessarily. Just other than OC, the tendency I think Smoots is kind of like making fun of the tendency for Urkin OCs to show up, crash on Earth, and then get involved with Zim and also be other invaders. Like, they tend to mesh it all in together. Yeah, exactly. So less that, more like Smoots is just a parody of just this out-of-place character that writers like to insert into fan fictions. Just OCs that just stick out like a sore thumb. Like, vaguely like all the Invader characters. Yeah, that's it. It came from, like, her name was Mary Sue. It was like they were like making fun of that trend within fandoms, and it caught on. The name actually just stuck, which is hilarious. Right? No, it's definitely that. Smoots is then more of a parody of, like I was saying, just generally just forced characters that do not jive with the overall feel of what's going on around them very well. Me making fun of the literacy illiterate sort of stylings of that. Bit harsh maybe, but yeah, it is what it is, and I think it's hilarious. Like, you have like how many random Urkin OC invaders are gonna just magically crash on Earth and happen to have a past connection to Zim or something? And also be his love interest now randomly. How many is this? How often is this going to be a thing? It's a trope in the Invader Zim fandom, so I just like looked it up. Comes from a Trekkie's Tale, released in 1973. Yeah, so they've been making fun of this sort of stuff for a while. Yeah, and fanfiction itself obviously does go back a while. It's a common thing. It's a natural human inclination, I think. But that trope is present in huge parts in the Invader Zim fandom. The whole other invader shows up and is involved with Zim's life, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes as a romantic interest. And I don't know, it always bugged me. That trope always irritated me, so I wanted to poke fun at it with Smoots. Like, okay, but none of this would actually be possible. So what sort of mindset would a character who thinks they're like that have to be in? And it turns out, number one, this random Urkin would, they would have to be a complete defective, is the thing. Because Urkins do not feel romantic attachment of any kind. Right. Someone's from Zim's past go to Earth, they should do it on purpose. I have to go take care of my responsibilities. It was fun to be on stage. See you next time. Alright, Tion, see you later. And yeah, like Epsilon, like your parody character of the guy who's like hunting down Zim, that's funny. That's funny because it's just very unique. It stands out. It's not like you know, here comes the self-insert to be wish fulfillment or whatever. It's more like here's this jaded, emotionless wreck of an Urkin who's looking for revenge and doesn't realize that the object of his vengeance is right underneath his nose. Which is hilarious. More in fitting with the show, IMO, and just in my opinion, I think it is. Alright, so let's see here. When I'm giving myself grid lines here. It's not extreme enough. What can I do to make it more so? Actually, what I could do, this is a sort of a cheat that I do once in a while, but I think it works, and it'll definitely be necessary in this instance. So let me paste the two extremes of this curve here, like so. Let's make sure it goes all the way out. Yeah, it does. Good enough. All right, that'll cover everything we need. And then what I'm going to do is just cut them and paste them and drag them in the middle. Right, so we've got this guy and we've got this guy. And these are the two ends of the extremes for that perspective grid that I'm setting up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it all out there, increase the exposure a bit between these two, so it's like this one, and then like 20 frames later it's this one. Then I'm going to do something interesting called morphing. Alt-M. What that does, let me zoom in here so it's easier to see. What that does is make it so that this gradually morphs over into that. And then when I tweak the morphing a little and set it up the way I want, actually I think it looks good this way, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the individual frames all together, and then that'll form a grid. So let me show you what I mean. Crank up the quality to 1 so that it's, you know, no shortcuts are being taken. Okay, drawing. Right click, morphing, convert morphing to drawings. We're going to call this grid Y, because it's the Y value on it. Zoom dice sometimes zooms. Go for it. That would be a hilarious answer to the common tropes you see in the fandom. And quite frankly, it'd be funny. It'd be a great, like, sort of affectionate parody of those things and a good nod to all the crazy, stupid stuff you see in the Invader Zim fandom. Short films on a hiatus until Crita 5 comes out. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're waiting for the next update for the next edition of Crita. Cool. I didn't know there was one. I didn't know about Crita 5. I didn't realize there was another thing coming out for that. What are the features in it that you're waiting for? And boom, just like that, we got a big, beautiful grid right here. Ha ha ha. Animation update. Ooh, good, because their animation side of things is definitely lacking in its current form, I find. It causes way too much lag, and it's not the most well optimized, if I could be frank. So it's good that they're doing an update, actually. That's great, in fact. They're going to support a form of tweeting now. Oh, that's even better. Wow, so they're just taking notes from what all the other animation programs do and just rolling with it, which is awesome. 2 thumbs up from me, honestly. Good to hear that. Okay, so now all those pencil lines are now brush strokes. Cool. And now we use this to mark out some stuff. Actually, I don't even need to do that. What am I doing? I'll just bring it to a separate layer. So this is my perspective grid, right? Well, I have a layer called grid. Boom. Done. That was easy. Alright, so now with the perspective... Oh, and also I can just get rid of all those tweening frames. Don't need them. There. Bye-bye. This backup grid is useless now, so we'll replace it all with that. Let me make sure this grid looks good when I play it. Oh wait, hang on. I can't see it because it's layered improperly. Okay, let's see it now. Yeah, it looks like it's got the right idea. Excellent. Okay, cool. So now I can use this to guide my drawing here. We're going to just call this BG Sidewalk. And then we're going to call this one BG Buildings. Alright. Crazy that Crit is going to go for it and support Tweenie. Awesome, actually, but you know, didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. It's fantastic, though. Actually, what I'm gonna do now. Let's go to the grid. We can use this. Grid. Color art layer. Straight on the color art layer. Change its color to green white. Then when I work with this, I'll have it separate if the grid can still be there. Alright, so here I'm just going to use this opportunity to outline the things that I want outlined. I'll just use the grid directly to build the environment. It'll save me some time, but it, more importantly, will make it look more accurate within the bounds of what I'm drawing. Which is very important. Beta a while back, so I've been doing some testing. Alright, and what are your thoughts on it? It's sick, but they still have to do many stability issues. Right, that's always the kicker with betas. I'm glad you're liking the results, though. That's promising. Because you don't want... I don't like how expensive a lot of animation software is. And I say this as someone who's using Toon Boom Harmony, which, of course, is very expensive. But that doesn't mean I like how expensive it is. Alright, so... And here is midline between the two buildings. Oh, they're embedded together in the wall, that's right. Alright, so the wall is 1. So where does the brickwork start? That's a better question. Starts on the other side of the trash can, or right there. Alright. So, right here. Here would be our first brick. Let's break it up over here. No pun intended. Where does it all end? Right here, okay. So. And that's where we'll have the front face of that other building begin. Actually, I'll start it on the other side. Just so that it looks more crowded and claustrophobic. Now, I'll do it on this side. Doesn't matter. There we go. There we go. That's the one I wanted anyways. Crit is never going to be very powerful as an animation tool since it isn't built to be one, but if I can animate with that brush engine, I'll gladly sacrifice some features. Yep. Yep, and you can learn a lot with Krita. Even if it's not the most powerful in terms of animation, you can still get a lot of bang for your buck, I find, even with freeware programs. It's definitely not, it's not all in, I think it's not all in the artist, but a lot of it is. Actually, most of it is to do with the artist, because for the longest time, people animated with paper. And so that, if you want to ask about the software capabilities of paper, there are none. Tools matter, don't get me wrong, they matter a lot. In fact, they matter more than a lot of people give them credit for. But I do think that there's something to be said for creativity of the artists themselves. what line is... Okay, so this is the line that's supposed to be running up the side of the building. Cheating a little bit. Here we go. People will always find a way to make cool stuff. Of course, absolutely. I think one of my favorite examples of that is this this Star Wars anime sort of dogfight that someone animated in their spare time, just as a passion project between the Rebels and the Empire. They had like just a bunch of TIE fighters as a viewpoint characters and stuff. It was awesome. You know what I'm talking about. You know it's really cool. I have to look it up. Yeah, Skullbelly knows what I'm talking about. It's really slick. Actually, Skullbelly, if you could post it in chat, that would be awesome. Because I know they let you link to other YouTube videos, right? You know what I'm talking about. Like, feel free to share it, please, because I think everyone would love to check that out. If it's still on YouTube, hopefully it didn't get flagged by the corporate behemoth known as Disney, but it's probably still up there. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet. So let's check the pattern on these bricks real quick. So it's looked like out, one, and then we move into there, and then it stays going up for a bit. Okay, so I think for now I can just safely assume that the pattern starts there, like so. Alright, cool, and we gradually have it move in, like, whoosh and away. So I can do that. I can definitely do that. For now, let me start with the basic patterns that the bricks would follow if they did go all the way to the top. Every other one has to jut out, of course. And I know they get obscenely like big right here. That's a little perspective warping on purpose. It just looks kind of funky and stuff, and I think it'll add for a neat backdrop when we pan up to Zim. So trust me on that. That is, I see that. I see the warpage, but that's a deliberate choice on my part. There we go. There's consistent brickwork. There's also a cool animation called Dark Empire. It was only a few seconds long, but it was excellent. Ooh, what was that one like? Was the name of the other one called TIE Fighter, actually? Now that I'm thinking of it. I was asking you to post it just because I couldn't remember the name, but now that I remember the name, I think it was called TIE Fighter. So Dark Empire was another one you're talking about. What is that one about, if you don't mind me asking? Send the links. Okay, let me check my. Let's say you sent them. Let me check my messages over on the other side. Just a sec. If it's not, I don't see it showing up in group chat. If it's not showing up on, you found the TIE Fighter one. Okay, you found it anyways. I don't think it's showing up on YouTube, the links you sent. Shoot it to me on MeWe if you can. Yeah, the Dark Empire is an alternate timeline where Luke is on the dark side, and I assume he's trying to overthrow the Empire to take control of the Empire. Ooh, now that's cool. Okay, I dig that. Ah, here we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Alright. Cool, didn't know it would notify me. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, now I can copy that and paste it into chat because I have YouTube. I think I have permission because I'm the video uploader. Or, well, the person hosting the live stream right now. Anyways, that is Dark Empire. Thank you very much. Check it out after the live streaming. Actually, heck, you said it's not very long. I'll just pull it up. I'll watch it in the other tab. Oh, it's only 42 seconds. Okay, cool. Oh, sweet. Okay, that's a very well done animation. Dude, Palpatine looks so crazed. I love it. Nice. Oh, heck yeah. Cool. That is really cool. Nice. From some old Legends stuff. Star Wars Legends. Now there's a thing there's a name I haven't heard since the dark days of the Empire. Before the Empire. Before the dark days of the Empire. Not sure why. Okay, so I have that job. Actually, I seem to have messed this up slightly. Supposed to be under then out. Okay, under then out. And then in down to here, I think. Yep. And then up another notch. And that's when it's okay, cool. Cool. I haven't explored Legends much, but I do love it. That's cool. I don't know much about it either. On the list of things to do now that you mentioned it. Because I am guilty of not looking into it as much as a good nerd should. Sounds interesting, honestly. I know a little bit about it, but not too much. About Star Wars Legends of the the extended universe that Disney scrapped because they're idiots. There's that. Nice. Okay. Good angle up on that. How's this pattern, brick pattern looking? Cool. I like it. I like it. Now, what are we gonna do with this building over here? I guess I'll leave it as grid lines for now. Worst case scenario, it can just be glass panes on the window. Star Wars Theory and fun Star Wars fact. Cool. Star Wars Theory. That is a channel I've heard before. No, I'll give them a check out. I'll check them out at some point. Alright, so now we have this. Like that. And then we have this. Like this. So that's the sideways vanishing point, which only really, well, it will have some things that are relevant there. Actually, I think more or less it should angle down to here, and then I'll bring this back up into place. Snap to that. There we go. Perfect. Alright, see you in a bit. BRB, NBD. At the risk of cheating slightly, hopefully it doesn't stand out too much, but I am going to bring this part down below the horizon line. And it still looks good. Okay, cool. The reason I did that was because otherwise it would stop above the sidewalk and it would look kind of weird. Alright, so let's hide background sketch for now. Okay, that's looking good. Let's do a test run with the finished perspective. Oh, whoa, whoa. Ha! Maybe I should actually extend the exposure all the way. Maybe that'll help. There we go. Let's try it now. Ha! Sweet. Very good. I am gonna be cheeky. We're gonna call this BG Buildings 2. Having close. And when I say I'm gonna be cheeky, what I mean is there. Take this, cut it, paste it onto here, and then we're actually gonna move it back in the same view. Back a little ways so that it actually, when the camera moves, it sort of isn't locked. And that way it does give it some subtle depth. It's hard to tell, but when I do it like this, you can see the buildings in the background actually move separately and they parallax slightly. So yeah, on purpose. What would actually happen? I have a bunch of things I want to do, but an actual overall plot eludes me. Have you tried the breaking it down and subdividing it into groups of 5, the 5-act structure method? Because I vouch for it, actually, when it comes to storytelling. If I have told about it before, then I won't repeat myself. But if you're unfamiliar with it, or if I haven't talked about it before on this channel, let me know, because that's something I vouch for when it comes to storytelling, and I think it works really good. And it's very flexible. It's not like a 3-act structure or the hero's journey where you're stuck with a stock plot that you have to go with. It's just basically getting from point A to point B and filling in the gaps. Try to Save the Cat. Haven't read that. I'm not familiar with Save the Cat. I might have come independently to the same conclusion that other writers have come to, but as far as I'm aware, this thing that I thought of is something I come up with on my own. Not saying that in terms of me being egotistical, mind you, like, aha, look at what I've done. More like I don't see anyone else talking about it. Save the Cat is a really specific one. Yeah, I don't like when writers get very, very, very specific with plot outlines and stuff. Man. If I go off on this tangent, we won't get this done. I'm not gonna get it done anyways. I spent too much time talking. I'll have to get this done in my spare time and not show you guys while I'm working on it. You'll just have to come back to it being further progressed along. But basically, I'm gonna go off on the sidebar because, quite frankly, that's what I do. So, sidebar time! So let me draw here with a big, thick, it's Stanley's writing class, pay attention. Let's make this 0. There. Okay, so, yeah, and I think good pacing is subjective. I mean, granted, there's bad pacing. When bad pacing is there, it's obvious, but good pacing is like good CGI. When it's there, you don't notice it and you don't appreciate it. But when it's bad, it sticks out like a sore thumb, even if it's just slightly bad. But as far as pacing goes, here's how I do it. So let's say here's our story. Red. Okay, this is Red Riding. Yeah, see, and I think that's nice and all, but I do think Save the Cat is too limiting. And it produces... That's the same criticism I have with the hero's journey. So here's my thing I like talking about with... So we've got Red Riding Hood here, right? And we have... Let's divide it into 5 parts. Because we can basically divide any story into 5 parts, no matter what story you're telling. Even if it's a weird, crazy movie that is like really artistic. Well, maybe if you get too far off the beaten path, you couldn't do this. But for the most part, you can do this. So you have the intro, which is the first bit, the kickoff, which is when everything starts going, intro, kickoff, build up, climax, resolution. So, for this, we would have obviously the intro being, we establish Red and her grandma, you know, they live in the woods, etc., etc. Things are all happy. Kickoff, grandma gets sick and needs medicine, and Red Riding Hood has never been in the woods before. Build up, she goes through the spooky woods, and gets the medicine. She feels like something's haunting her on the way. She's stalked by the wolf on her way back home. Climax, the twist, turning point, and climax doesn't necessarily mean the most exciting point in this example. I actually should probably come up with a better word than climax, because technically climax could be anywhere, the climax itself could happen anywhere in these last 2 segments, so maybe it's just more like pinch point or something. Anyways, this is when the wolf eats Red Riding Hood and disguises the grandma, that whole confrontation there. And then the resolution, how the story winds up resolving itself. The woodsman sees, comes, saves her. Alright, so we have that, right? Very basic structure. Presuming if you were starting from scratch, you could get this. But then you're like, okay, how do I pace each of these individual segments? How do I do that? Well, here's what I like to do. Let me get a better view here so that we can do this with accuracy. So I take each of these segments and I subdivide it into 5 segments each. And each of these 5 segments, when I subdivide it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the intro of the intro, the kickoff of the intro, the build-up of the intro, the pinch point of the intro, and the resolution of the intro. And then you might be thinking, what does that even mean? Intro of the intro? Well, how do you establish the establishing scene? Maybe we have Red outside, in the woods, or not in the woods, but at her house smelling flowers or something. I don't know. Red Riding Hood. And then intro, kickoff, build-up, point. What's the main point? What's the main point of the intro? Well, the main point of the intro is to establish that Red Riding Hood lives in the forest with her grandma. So that's the little quote-unquote climax, pinch point, whatever you want to call it, of this little miniature segment of the story, which we can treat like a small story in and of itself. So you just go through here. Let me do this. And you fill it in that way. Yeah, it's like a 25-act structure, basically, but you just subdivide it into bite-sized pieces that you can tolerate. So, like, you ask yourself, okay, when it comes to this, like, point part of every one of these subdivisions, right? And this is actually how I helped pace IZTDM and stuff, believe it or not. It's not the best pace thing, but it is what it is. When it comes to each of these pinch points, that's you asking yourself, okay, what's the main point I'm trying to get at with the kickoff? What's the main point I'm trying to get at with the build-up? What's the main point with the climax? What's the main point with the resolution? How do you do that? And you fill in the gaps. Each of these 25s, you just fill in what you do know, where you know certain things go. And then with the intro, kickoff, you get this sort of pattern here, K for kickoff. The points and the kickoffs. This is where things happen. The build-ups, that's where you build up from one point to the other. What's it look like going from there to there? The intro, how do you establish the mood of this little miniature story we have going on here? What's the overall mood or tone of this segment of the story? Well, this is where you establish it right here. And then resolution, well, that's when you take and you show how everything's changed as a result of the point that's happened in each of these. Is that making any sense? So basically, to summarize, what I would do, without looking like a crazy conspiracy theorist drawing over everything, big story, 5 simple points, treat each of them like a miniature story in and of themselves to get to those points, and subdivide it as many times as you want. Like, you might subdivide it 5 times, or if it's crazy enough, you might just subdivide it again and make it a 125-act structure, basically, for lack of a better word, where each one is basically 1 page long. So anyways, that's Stanley Writing 101. Anyways. Class, let me know if you have any questions. There will be a test on this. I got so far off track here. Let me watch this again. Okay, yeah. So, there we go. That's where I was at. That looks cool. Alright, back to the background buildings. Background buildings, part 2. Also, I think it goes without saying, but there's no right way to write a story, and there's no wrong way to write a story as long as you're achieving the goals you want to achieve. Like, if I wrote IZTDM and everyone was crying by the end of it, then I definitely failed. And I wrote it incorrectly, because that's not the result I wanted. But as far as the methodology of coming up with the plot structure and stuff, I think a lot of people get a lot of a lot of self-help books and stuff are great, but they get too pretentious and caught up in the detail work. Like, oh, here's the right way to do this. It's like, okay, yeah, you're a theater critic. You've done this job for years. You think your opinion, your whole point of your job is that your opinion is valued by others. I get that. But at the same time, do you have to be such a total you know what about it? Like, really, dude? Really? There's only one way to write and pace things? Nah, there's not. There's a bad way to pace things. I thought Enter the Florpus was poorly paced, personally. I thought it suffered from a lack of structure altogether. But, if you ask the Invader Zim fandom, they loved it. By and large, most people did, so, I mean, there's always that too. Subjectivity is at the heart of it all. Think you're having an idea? Sweet! Ideas are great. Ideas are tight. Alright. I like War of the Worlds, so evidently I'm pretty resilient to weird pacing. Yeah, I didn't think it was weirdly paced, honestly. Oh wait, no, again, you're probably talking of the book itself, right? Obviously. You're not talking of the Steven Spielberg film, unless you are, in which case I still think it's really well paced, personally. Definitely a different tone than the actual story, though. Like, I wouldn't go to that expecting a direct, faithful adaptation of the source material, necessarily. Let's try and convert pencil lines to brush strokes. There we go. Actually, I can't flatten them. That would defeat the purpose. Try and convert pencil lines to brush strokes. There we go, that's what I wanted. The book, yeah. The food fight next to Nazi Pie always get me. They're cool, aren't they? I always thought that was really interesting looking. Especially Dibs. Dibs looks like a straight up supervillain in that scene, and I think it's great. I always thought that anyways. Very much a newspaper serial stitched together into a novel. Right, you see, and that's what I say when I think that it adds more flavor and character to it. Because if they were trying to pace it like a standard 3-act structure, if H.G. Wells was trying to go with a standard 3-act structure or hero's journey, or like a Save the Cat sort of thing, even if it was a novel, I know this is more geared to screenplay, but you know what I mean. It would be kind of lame, not gonna lie. Wouldn't turn out the same way, I guess. Maybe it would still turn out good. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in a world where he did that, so I don't know. But it would be different. And it would be very much, it would definitely be same-y, or same-ish. People like to say, people use the hero's journey so much because it works. Me, I see nothing but a cliche storm that's failed to work time and again. Even the original Star Wars: A New Hope, I mean, here comes some heresy, right? But I don't think it's that great. And I'm not talking in terms of special effects either. Just as far as story goes, it's like, it's okay, you know? It's alright. But it's not exactly... The effects were the groundbreaking thing at the time for that. The first act is way too short. Yeah. Yep. Are you talking about War of the Worlds or Star Wars? I agree with that on Star Wars. Kind of. The original with Luke Skywalker and all that. I just think the hero's journey thing is just too overdone and overplayed. It's lame. Anytime I can like... Okay, it's gotten to the point where I can smell the hero's journey a mile away, and it stinks. I don't like it. It smells like predictability. War of the Worlds, still War of the Worlds here. Gotcha. Okay. Been a while since I've read the. I think I got duped into reading a short version of it, even like an abridged version. I wish I would have read. No, I did read the full version. That's right. It's just been forever. Doesn't focus on the cylinder enough IMO. Yeah, more build-up would have been really cool. I do recall that. I don't like it. Yes, exactly. Tallest purple, providing the correct quote for the situation. We didn't write it so you could like it. This is going out there to mass-produce film at an alarming rate and make everything predictable and the same, but also safe for investors. Well, I should like it. Isn't very long. Okay, so maybe I think I did read the full thing. Gotta get back into it. Gotta read it again. You know? I've been reading a lot of Warhammer 40,000 books lately, like I said in a previous live stream, so that's my main meat of... Besides when I read the Bible every day, I also read Warhammer 40k, and once in a while I'll read some Sherlock Holmes, or maybe some horror novels if I'm feeling in the mood, but that's about it. I need to get back into it. I read the entire Sherlock Holmes short story collection. It was cool. I dug it. Nice. Oh, that brickwork. I love how it turned out. Oh, man. I love that. Not to just toot my own trumpet here too much, but I do love how that turned out. Delicious. More for me, please. I want another. Oh, okay. I'm gonna disable MeWe notifications. Sick of that popping up. Live Windows decided it was a great idea to give you notifications up in the main screen. Like, oh my gosh, would you stop? Okay, no. See, the problem is it goes away too quickly. Whatever. I'll deal with that off stream. Sorry about that, guys. Well, maybe I should like it. Funny. Purple's always been so stubborn and more childish than Red. That's another thing I think that got a little wrong with Enter the Florpus. Red should have been the more competent, level-headed one, but as it was, Purple and Red were just carbon copies of each other. I liked it better when Purple and Red stood out and had their own unique characterization going on, with Red being the more sort of serious one, and Purple being the more juvenile one. I thought that was really... I like that better, personally. But Enter the Florpus, I think their personalities were pretty much interchangeable, so... I should like it! That quote comes in handy. Alright, so we have that. With this random texture I decided to give the windows for I don't know what reason. I haven't been told I'm either a purple or a red personality. There. Okay, stop snapping. I got disabled snapping to other points. That's the problem. I should like it. Such a precise curve I have to do here. I think I got it. There. And so yeah, you've been told you're always more of a purple personality. What context does that come up in, honestly? Is it just talking to friends or whatever, or... Now I'm picturing someone, of course it'd be when you're talking to friends, because now I'm picturing someone on the street just randomly walking up to you and being like, you have a purple personality. It's so weird to think about. That's obviously not the context. That's funny to think about. What kind of weirdo would just say that to a random stranger? Also, okay, so unfortunately we're gonna have to call it quits here. I ran out of time, but I knew I wasn't gonna get the background done fully anyways. That sidebar where I talked about story structure, I think it was worth it, because I always like talking about story structure. Anyways, so here's what we got. Not bad. And there. Also, yeah, I do tend to, if you're going to make me choose, probably relate to red more. Because red, I don't know, I find myself being annoyed a little easily. A little too easily for my taste. I prefer to be less annoyed, but honestly, both Talis I'd rather not relate to because they're both the worst. Just the worst. I hope I can't relate to it. I hope I'm not too similar to any character from Invader Zim, if I'm being honest. Just as they told me we're all mixing characters and personality. I was told them it's purple and Zim somehow. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's the context. Like I said, it'd be weird if someone on the street just walked up and said that to you. Glad you like it, Skullbilly. I'm going to be working on... Okay, so guys, unfortunately, I'm going to be working on this off the stream this week. I'll be doing it when I'm not streaming, just because I do have to finally get some progress on this. So, but when we come back, hopefully I'll have more done for you, and it'll be kind of neat. Maybe it'll make for a neat time-lapse video, you know? The boy in our squad was red and Zim with a slight mix of Scooch. The other chick was purple and Scooch. Alright, cool. Sweet. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Epsilon, good luck with the story plotting. Every single character in IZ can go right there. My favorite quote is when Jonan said, when someone asked Jonan which character of his he'd like to sit down and have a meal with, and he said none of them. Oh, I love them. They're so entertaining, but they're so awful. Anyways, so yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you all have a good one. Skullbelly, thanks for showing us the Star Wars stuff. Monami, thanks for sharing the fun purple fact with the personalities and stuff like that, and good luck with your things that you're doing overall, with the art book actually also. I hope it turns out pretty cool. I hope you enjoy it, you know? And Epsilon, always a pleasure to talk to you, and I hope, like I said, I hope you have good luck with your story structure planning. I hope I was able to help you out, you know, and I don't know, throw some ideas your way and get the juices flowing. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as it achieves the satisfied result that you want for the audience that you're after. Anyways, I will talk to everybody later. Bye! Goodbye, everybody. Where is the outro tab? There it is. Okay, goodbye for real. That was the intro tab. Hang on. I literally clicked one tab over. Here's the... Okay. Bye. Gosh.